I can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. It. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Thing sucks.
Welcome in, kiddos. Another edition of the Daily Puck Drop, your daily sports podcast here on a Thursday. We welcome you inside the Limback Lumber Studios. Coming up on the show today, M's could be over. It's a Thursday. That means Mike Garafolo, NFL Network, joins us in a few minutes, and he's got breaking news on the Abe Lucas extension. So we'll get all caught up on Abe Lucas signing a 3-year extension worth over about $48 million. Brad Adam of Root Sports will come on by, and we'll try to talk about the Mariners. And then another edition of KJ-Arent with Mitch Levy. We give you a sneak peek of the KJ-Arent full episode with myself and Mitch, available for Puck's Posse members, just $5 a month. Sign up at pucksports.com. As I mentioned, Limback Lumber Studios, they're going to take care of you. Contractors, they offer free deliveries, everything from whole house packages to homeowner DIY projects. Largest stock moldings in the Northwest, old school service. They've been doing it since 1930. Give them a call, 206-782-3487. Visit them at limbacklumber.com. You can visit me on social media, Puck Sports on X, Instagram, and Blue Sky, Puck_sports on TikTok, and of course, find us on Facebook. And always, you can go to pucksports.com. Sign up, join to be a member of the Puck's Posse. Again, just $5 a month. You get full access as a member, and you directly support Puck Sports and all the bonus shows we give out every single week and month. And again, just $5 a month. Any issues with that, give me a call. Not a call. Actually, I'm not going to give out my number. That would be not good. You can email me, puck@pucksports.com. Mariners swept. We start there. Is it over? I mean, Jesus. It's not good. Not good at all. Not good where this organization is at right now. And you want to talk about limping to the finish line. This team is absolutely limping. And it's sad in a way to watch what's going on right now. You know, they tired, the East Coast trip, all of it, but they just get obliterated yesterday by the Rays. And then just another trend is with the starting pitchers. Just they can't get out of the first few innings. None of them. I was looking at this today, and Kirby, same fate, 7 earned runs in the first few innings. 4 earned runs in the first. Castillo, 5 earned runs over his first 2 innings, his last start. Go back to that Padres game. He gave up 5 earned runs. Wu, 2 earned runs in his last start in the first inning. Gilbert, go back to that Phillies game, 6 earned runs in the second inning. I mean, it's just been a trend with these guys over and over and over again of getting obliterated there in the first inning. So it's been rough for the Mariners. Now they haven't lost the ground in the wild card, thank God, because the Rangers lost, Royals lost, but the Rays are just right there as well. The team that just swept them 2.5 back. Royals remain 2.5 back. Rangers 1.5, but they're losing ground there in the AL West now, with being 4 games back of Houston. We'll get back into baseball. Brad Adam will join us, and we'll talk more about what's happening. We'll talk about George Kirby too. I decided it was Bush League kind of last night what George Kirby did. In reaction to whether or not he thought signs were being stolen or what. It's your job to get him out. If you think it's happening, then go talk to your catcher. Tell him. Don't dot a guy in the back because you're frustrated. But we've got football. We've got football tonight to talk about, to comment about a season, and we've got some breaking news. Ladies and gentlemen, from the NFL Network, Mike Garafolo is with us every single Thursday. He has been since we started Puck Sports, well, even back on the radio, too. It's all brought to you by Hartley and Hartley Insurance, your trusted family-owned insurance experts in the Puget Sound area since 1978. Honesty, fairness, integrity. Contact Jamie Hartley when he's not playing golf, which he texted me today about playing golf. 253-565-8700. Also, Zogs on Fox Island, perfect spot to grab a cold beer, hang out with friends. Catch the Thursday night game tonight. They're at Zogs on Fox Island. All right, you couldn't wait like 45 minutes and then said Abe Lucas is signing an extension.
I should have done that. That's your guy. I should have held
I
it.
love Abe Lucas. You know how I feel about Abe Lucas.
You were asking me about Charles Cross and Abe Lucas and all these other guys getting contract extensions throughout the offseason. And here it is, the first day of the season, at least for the Eagles and the Cowboys. And, yeah, a lot of deals going to get done this week. Abe Lucas being one of them. 3 years, $46 million, so a little bit above 15. I like that it's a shorter deal for Abe. Gives him a chance that if he can stay healthy and play well the next couple of years, get another deal on top of that and get it at a bigger number. So good for Abe Lucas. John Schneider told us on the Insiders on NFL Network last night that there was a bunch of guys that were scheduled to be free agents after this season that they want to have around for a long time. They've been working on all of them. Abe Lucas is the one that gets done first.
Yeah. And again, if you don't know, Mike had reported early this morning again, one more time, Abe Lucas, 3-year extension, $46 million. Now, the most important part, do we know what the guaranteed is?
No, but you can imagine that it's probably close to half of that. So, yeah, probably a decent number this year. Usually if it's a $15 million average, I'll say he's close to 20 this year, which is all guaranteed. I mean, we're at that point anyway. And then a nice little chunk next year. So I would guess somewhere in the vicinity of 30 guaranteed in some form or fashion.
Why do you think of that group from that class? We've talked about it before. Him, Cross, Walker, Woolen. Why do you think he was the first one?
I think it's just they were just working numbers with a bunch of different guys, and this is the first one that they got done. I mean, Kobe Bryant is a guy that they thought highly of. I think that they've tried to talk to him, but I think he's got a big number in mind. So it doesn't sound like that they were, at least last I checked a while ago, close on that one. Cross is a highly drafted guy. When you're a third-round pick, right? You sort of say, okay, well, I was a third-round pick. I didn't have that huge first-round rookie deal. And this is a good payday. I could take this now, or I can go into the season and potentially risk injury. And he's been injured before, so you take this, you get the security, and then you hope that now that you got that security, you stay healthy, you play well, and you hit it bigger down the line.
What does this now mean for Charles Cross? I mean, are we getting closer there with a deal with Cross? I know the gentleman with Tampa, Luke. How do you pronounce his last name? Gadecki?
Luke Gadecki, yes.
Gadecki. He gets 4 years, $90 million. $50 million guaranteed.
And change. Yeah.
Part of that same draft class is Cross and Lucas. He was a second-round pick, 57th overall. And as you mentioned before, Charles Cross was a top 10. He was 9th overall. So where are we at with Charles Cross? Any rumblings?
They are working on it, trying to get it done, and having those conversations. I don't know quite exactly if it gets done before the weekend rolls around. A lot of times you see these Saturday into Sunday. We saw Dak Prescott during our pregame show on Sunday. That deal get done last year. So still working it. Still a couple of days to go before the start of actual regular season action. So we shall see.
When is there for those who don't know, is there an artificial deadline? Is there a deadline? There's no deadline for
no
deal.
You could do you could do a deal next week. Yeah.
But teams don't like once they get into the season. Is it one of those things where they kind of like
No, it's usually players and they'll say if we don't get this done before the start of the season, we'll talk to you in free agency. I mean that's a negotiating tactic. And then a lot of times what you'll see is at the end of the season, toward the end of the season, you'll see some contract extensions done at that point before you get into the offseason. So no, there's no deadline. You can do it week 2, week 3, week 4, whenever. But a lot of players like to get it done before you're. I mean, there are a couple of points along. You get the start of the league year in March. Then you get the start of off-season workouts is another one. Mini camp, start of training camp, and then the next one is the start of the regular season. Like, hey, I want it done before this because I mean, Rashawn Slater went down with a torn patella. Thankfully, he got his deal done before that. A lot of guys don't want to do even training camp at that point. But when you get into the regular season, it's like the bullets are really flying at that point.
What's your gut tell you about Cross and a deal getting done?
Wouldn't even be able to. I mean, I've had already a few that were like, yeah, nothing's going to get done, and then it winds up getting done. So, no prediction other than they're going to keep working on it.
Okay. Ken Walker, you think this is a thing that they just let it play out?
It sounded like it. Another guy that they've had conversations on. The running back thing is hard because a lot of these guys think they get to the market and there's not a lot of buku bucks. It's the haves and the have-nots. So if I'm Walker, I try to do the best I can to possibly get a deal done. But I know that the Seahawks, they like Charbonnet, and they've got potential to look to the draft in the future, to free agency in the future. It's not a position that they've necessarily spent a ton of money on. I mean, Marshawn got his deals back in the day, right? I can't think of anybody else since then. They got a big one from them. I think they've gotten some decent, value type ones. So I don't know. We'll see.
Here we go. Starts tonight. What's the action for you? What's your schedule tonight, NFL Network, as we kick off the NFL season?
I'm in Philly. We're going to do the Insiders on the Fast channel. We tape that at 4. I think it goes live at 5. So that's our Fast.
You're going to do it on the Fast channel?
Yeah, they've got this Tubi, Roku, all those, the free ad-supported Fast, free ad-supported television, or as you and I called it growing up, television. So, yeah, now it's you can get it on the Fast channel. That's where we are on Thursdays because there's no Insiders on NFL Network on Thursdays because there's pregame shows. But I'll be part of the pregame show, the NFL Game Day Kickoff, which starts at 3 o'clock your time, leading into the start of the game. So excited to be part of that.
Here we go. I mean, it's the start. What do you make of these two teams, and as they head into the season in kind of a handicap where you see the Eagles and the Cowboys, and for the Cowboys, and talking about what they just did here with the steal this Micah Parsons, which was just crazy. I mean, it felt like that was never going to happen. Then I think it kind of felt like it caught everyone by surprise.
To me, the question is, what are they going to do with their first round picks? Like as part of this trade, would you be able to go out and are you angling to get yourself a quarterback over the next couple of years? Possible, right? No. Could be. If I'm Dak, maybe I look around and go, what's all this draft capital about, and why they feel they need to do it? But if that's the case, I would say Dak sort of made his own bed because he's the one that maximized the value of his contract twice, and that was what Dallas mismanaged on this one. They could have gotten Dak a lot cheaper, twice over, and would have had more money to go around. But they're on this, Micah Parsons is a one-dimensional type player kick right now, and we needed a little bit more than that. We needed versatile guys. I mean, Green Bay and a number of teams were eager to make the deal to get him to be part of what they're doing. So I'm not. I know the team they're playing tonight would not have traded away a player like Micah Parsons and a player of his caliber. They're all about having the best players at a lot of positions, including running back. So I think a lot of teams around the league are scratching their head. Hey,
what was Seattle aggressive at all? Were they active in the Parsons talk?
I don't believe that they were one of the hot suitors on that one. It would not surprise me if John Schneider called and checked it out. But Green Bay was in it early, and that was something that Brian Gutekunst wanted to do because he saw it happen before. It's like you got to get in early, and he did a good job of angling himself and making sure that he had himself a defensive tackle. I mean, and that's the other thing is like they wanted a top flight defensive tackle as part of this deal because they wanted to shore up the run. You can argue about that whether or not, but I don't know that Seattle had a guy necessarily to give him there. Maybe Leonard Williams. I don't know.
Hey, it's not a great NFC. I mean, if you compare them, there's not like this clear-cut team or teams. Where does this put Green Bay now?
Right in the mix. I mean, to me, it's wide open. And I think it's wide open in different ways. It's wide open in the AFC because I could see a lot of teams making it happen. Right. It's wide open in the NFC because I'm like, all right, there's a lot of okay teams, right? I think the balance of power shifts to me more towards the AFC right now, particularly at the quarterback position. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the Rams. I'm looking at potentially San Francisco. Seattle could surprise to the upside. I mean, it's an interesting division. This is one of the divisions, I think, the NFC North and the NFC West, where I could legitimately see any of the 4 teams winning the division. Yeah, I really could.
And it probably depended on where Stafford is. What is the latest with Matt Stafford in his back?
They feel good about it. They feel like the treatment program has worked. They feel like he can work his way through some things. But the question is, what happens when it just locks up? What happens when you don't know what these things? And it's hard to predict the future in that regard. I know that they felt good about bringing Jimmy Garafolo back and are doing everything they can to prepare him as the starter every single week. I mean, I know you sort of do that when it comes to a backup quarterback in this league, but it's like really an emphasis on making sure he's ready to go at any given moment because you don't know how it's going to go at this point. But I know Stafford feels good about it. Going to go out there and wing it and hope against hope that he'll be okay.
Hey, side question. When you're doing something like this, I don't think you normally do this anywhere else where you do it like an interview with a show and you're in your car and because for people who are just listening, if you're just listening on the app, he's in his car doing the show, which is fine. It was fine. Do people walk by and recognize you and see you like, hey, that's Garafolo in his car? I wonder who he's talking to.
No, I'm in my no, not usually. I'm usually like pulled over into a parking lot. I'm in my parents' driveway right now because I'm stopping by their house. This is where I'm going to do my change, and then because I didn't get a hotel, I'm just coming down for the day. So I said, you know what? Let me come down in the casual, say hello to them, get changed here, and then head to the stadium.
Let me. All right. Well, it sounds great. It's perfect. I love it. And good for you. Do you stay in your own bed? You have your own bed from back in the day?
I actually get to stay in the bigger front room, which is where my sister. So my sister had the big front room, and my brother and I shared the small middle room, bunk beds and all. And now the middle room is where my kids would sleep. That they sort of made that into a room for the kids if they were here. And I finally got the front room. So it only took 45 years.
That's it. That's all it took. What do you think the Seahawks? Give me a prediction. What you think for the season for them?
I got them around 9-8, and 8-8, 9-8, and a possible wild card team. I think they feel good about what they did this offseason. They feel good of the way that Mike Macdonald is running things in year 2. Seems to be a smoother operation. Feels a lot better about things. Knows who his people are. Knows who he can trust. Obviously, if he can't trust them, they would have been gone. But the operation seems to be, and he's a lot more, I don't want to say relaxed, right? Because you've seen him on the sideline, and he's going to be fired up and all that stuff. Not relaxed, but more comfortable, I would say, which is another word that coaches hate. Remember Coughlin used to say comfortable, right? He'd start to get the shakes when you talk about comfortable. So I know they feel really good about the operation, and Darnold's had a good offseason. Darnold's had a good training camp and a good. They feel like the way that he's taking ownership of the position, everything he's doing, they feel good about that. So I think one of the bigger keys is, is Cooper Kupp right when he says he's got a lot of good football left? If he turns out to be everything that they paid $15 million for, I think that's going to be a super important addition for them.
So let's go through some predictions for the season. And again, we're not going to hold you to this unless you get it unbelievably wrong. And then we play it all back.
Yeah. Like I had the Jets making the playoffs year 1 with Rodgers, which he tore his Achilles. It's not my fault.
You were all over the Jets. That was your team.
If he hadn't tore his Achilles, I think things were going to look a lot different. Whatever. We're not going to relitigate that. Let's go.
Super Bowl teams. Who do you think it is?
I like San Francisco. I think San Francisco's schedule allows them to fatten up their record. I really do. Okay. I think San Francisco's schedule fattens up their record. They're going to be well in the double digits, I believe, which allows them to be the number 1 seed, everything through there. We know Kyle Shanahan does a good job of, when the team disappoints, bringing them back and bouncing back. The question is, Brandon Ayuk, are we going to see him? When are we going to see him? Is he going to be a factor? That's one of the questions I have for them. They have had a bunch of injuries, but they're still just really talented in a lot of key places. I'm going San Francisco out of the NFC, and I'll go Buffalo finally out of the AFC. I don't know why, other than at some point it's got to happen, right?
It's a heart poll. You're doing a heart poll.
Yeah, I kind of would like to see the final game in that stadium be the AFC Championship game. That would be fun.
In those beautiful rivalry uniforms they introduced.
No, who did?
The Bills. Do you seen those ones?
Oh, the Snow White ones. Yeah, they did. That's right. It was the AFC East and the NFC West. But why are they wearing them on October 5th?
I don't know.
They're snow uniforms.
Wait,
they're wearing them.
Snow. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Well, everyone out here is all up in arms about what the Seahawks did because they look like the Oregon Ducks, and there's a lot of fans out here who are Husky fans. And if you don't know, the Huskies and the Ducks have a big rivalry, and so everyone out here is just livid. I get a kick out of it being a Washington State grad, thinking it's just funny as hell that everyone's all up in arms. I think they look good, but those Bills uniforms are real nice. All right, Bills and Niners. And
which I don't think that's never been because the Bills played the Giants, Washington, and Dallas twice. So they've never faced them in the Super Bowl. How do we not get that matchup?
I don't know.
I'll take that.
The Bills winning?
I don't know. Yeah, talk to me the week of the game.
Why we're doing it now? Give me.
I would go. I mean, San Francisco gets there a couple of times. I think at that point, yeah, I'll go Niners. I'll go Niners. You're Super Bowl champion.
Oh, Jesus, this isn't good. Pander to us in the crowd. All right, who's the MVP then?
Of the season?
Yeah,
Patrick Mahomes.
He has a comeback. Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I think Mahomes comeback. I believe it's going to be a more aggressive offense.
Okay.
And I think, they feel good about without Rashee Rice. It's like a couple of years ago, this would have been like, oh my God, and now it's like, okay, cool. We got more experience here. Guys that have played a little bit more, Juju Smith-Schuster, Tyquan Thornton, another guy that they feel good about what he did this summer. Hollywood Brown, Xavier Worthy's got more experience. They got guys that can take the top off. Travis Kelce's apparently motivated that he's going to show people he's got football left and doesn't want to go out the way he did in the Super Bowl. So I think there's enough at Mahomes' disposal, and I think that they feel like we got to open this thing up, kind of like we used to when we had Tyreek Hill around here.
Yeah. Newly engaged Kelce gonna have a bounce back year.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. I saw, we run our Vegas lines and stuff, and I saw we had it on our air, I think for 700-ish yards. I mean, he should do that in his sleep. So,
right, exactly. Yeah. Give me a rookie of the year.
Rookie of the year.
Genty, Ward, Hampton, Hunter.
Yeah.
Trayvon Henderson, maybe.
Well, maybe. Yeah, that's a tough one.
Ted McMillan.
I think you're going to see. I think the record. Don't quote me on this. Whatever the record. I looked it up and I said we could beat that. Well, this was before Judkins though. I think it was 4 rookie 1,000-yard backs in a single season. And I said, we could easily get to 5. The problem is now that was before Judkins' incident, so he's not around. Oh wow, Rappaport just texted me. He's got a scoop coming. That's a pretty good one. Doesn't affect you guys.
I know, but can we just tell him to just say it now? Listen, this is fledgling. This whole project's fledgling.
He's got to go. He's got to go on his time. That's a really wow.
Is that is it a good one?
What does that mean, a good one?
Well, is it going to be like, are people going to go, wow? Like, oh, that's.
It's not a monster. It's not like Micah Parsons got traded, but it's like a yeah. I don't want to give it away anymore.
All right.
What was I saying? Oh,
rookie of the year. What do you like?
I'll go Chalk. I'll go Genty on that one.
Ashton Genty.
Yeah, I'll go Genty.
It's a perfect segue then into who has a better season. And you can judge better season any way you want. Stats are just eyeballs. Geno Smith or Sam Darnold?
I think Geno will. And that's not it's stats. Stats is the way I'm looking at it. I think Geno will. But Seattle wants to run the ball. Seattle wants a guy that's going to run the operation. Listen, they like Geno. Just he wanted a number they really weren't willing to get to. So I think Geno, and I also think that they'll probably wind up be trailing. Maybe, they'll probably be trailing a little bit more. So I think I'll go Geno in that chip offense.
Okay, how do they open up on the road, by the way? Chomping. Boy, does he want to win this first game. Chomping Pete in New England, 10 a.m. Pacific on CBS. He's gonna want his old stomping ground. How do you think the Raiders do? Playoff team?
No, they're not a playoff team.
Okay.
I can't get there.
But
they'll win games, and they'll how many wins? 7.
6.5 is the over under. I'm just setting it.
Well, I just said 7, so you can take from that what you want to take from that.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot. I can't ask you. By the way, who do you like? Seahawks plus the points this week? No, I'm just joking.
What's the line? We put the lines on our air. I can ask that.
Hold on. What is the line for the Seahawks game? Give me a second. I think I screwed it up the other day. I want to say it's 1.5 or 2.5.
They're favored or not?
No, the Seahawks are dogs. I said it the other day that they were favored. I was an idiot. Yeah, San Francisco is a 2.5-point favorite.
Divisional dog at home in week 1. All right. Interesting.
Give me the Hawks plus the points. Let's go.
Do whatever you want, Puck. Not my money.
Yeah. No, it's not.
My recommendation.
No, and I'm taking the under. 43.5. Give me the under. Yeah, why not? Yeah, I'm just looking now. Now I'm sidetracked on all that. All right, a couple more things. Who's on? I always love doing this. Who needs to get off to a good start? Because who's going to be automatically on the hot seat?
Giants got to find a way to win some games early. I don't think he gets fired mid-season, but you want to get off to a good start. And then down in Miami, Mike Macdonald. I mean, that's the other one that we're looking at. I find Miami fascinating this year because their win projections, like our Cynthia Freeland does win projections, and it's usually in line with, Vegas or some other people's projections. It's usually all around the same neighborhood, and they're somewhere around 500 as a projection. Yet McDaniel is listed as the first potential coach to be fired on these lists of like who could be fired. Daboll's right there as well.
Yeah.
So I find Miami fascinating because it's like, well, if they're around 500, he's not going to be the first guy to get fired. Where do you get one from the other? So those are the two guys I'm looking at. One in the NFC, one in the AFC. And the Giants' schedule is tough early. I think, listen, they played Washington tough last year. Washington's had a lot of stuff, hovering this preseason training camp. Giants have had immaculate vibes coming out of training camp. If they won that game, I would not be surprised.
Okay. Hey, give me over under on which week Aaron Rodgers throws someone with the Steelers organization under the bus.
Could be early. Could be early if he knows this is his last year and it's not going the way that he hoped that it would. Could be early. We'll see. It's so far great vibes out there though. So great vibes.
Hey, one more time, promote what you got coming on tonight. Where can people find you tonight leading up to the first game?
The Insiders on the NFL Fast channel around 4. I don't know can you DVR on those things? I have no idea. Around 4 or 5 o'clock, something like that, Eastern time. So 2 to 3 your time. And then NFL Game Day kickoff from 6 leading up to kickoff. I will be part of that program live from the field. Going to be excited to break down this matchup, give you everything you need to know. And then NFL Game Day final after the game on NFL Network. I'll have a one-on-one interview with the winning player who will probably have wings on his helmet.
Wings on his helmet?
Yeah. I mean, I'm saying the Eagles are going to win.
Oh.
Hello?
I thought you were saying. I thought it was like the post. I'm off today.
What?
It was like some post-game show was brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings and like
interview where we interview one-on-one with a winning player, with a player in the winning team, and they will likely have wings on his helmet and on his ring.
I take the E just over my head. I'm an idiot. I'm just punch drunk from our baseball team, shitting themselves as the season winds down. So.
This is the tough part of the season for me because I've spent so much time watching baseball, and now it's like I'm so busy that I didn't watch it last night. I have no idea what's going on. I heard you talk about George Kirby, and I'm like, man, like usually I'm plugged in on this stuff, but now it's which is frustrating because the Phillies will make the playoffs and I'll be watching. I'll be kind of like, yeah, sure. Whereas for me with hockey, which is my other passion, I miss most of the season. And then come playoff time, I'm locked in because I got nothing else going on. So I don't know which one I prefer, but it is kind of disappointing when I get to this point. I'm like, man, I've been watching so much baseball, and now I feel so tuned out.
Well, all right. Have a great broadcast. Have a great season. Look forward to the visits every Thursday, and we'll talk to you next week. Thanks, Mike.
You got it, pal. Talk to you, Puck.
There he is, Mike Garafolo. At Mike Garafolo on social media. We are blessed to have him. I'm blessed to have him every week. He's just say this about Mike is likable. He is on the air with us in the NFL Network. He just behind the scenes, he is just 1,000 times better. And I can't thank enough from Jamie Hartley and Andrew Herzog because they bring you and provide you Mike Garafolo every single week. Hartley and Hartley Insurance. It is your trusted family-owned insurance experts down the Puget Sound area since 1978. I can't talk today. Honesty, fairness, and integrity. Contact Jamie Hartley at 253-565-8700. Also, Zogs on Fox Island. Perfect spot. Grab a cold beer. Hang out with friends. Catch the game, including Thursday night. There is no Mariners game, so watch the Thursday night game tonight. You can check out their hours on Facebook and Instagram. And again, Mike Garafolo with us. had started off by commenting on his report that he had early this morning that Abe Lucas, if you're just joining us, the 3-year extension, $46 million. The guaranteed portion of the money not out yet, says they are continuing to actively work there on Charles Cross. And then, predicted, I guess, that, hey, for Ken Walker, because we talk about all the other guys in that 2022 class, that probably will let that thing go to all the way through the season. Did mention Kobe Bryant. That Kobe Bryant has an asking price that appears to be a little bit more expensive. So appears that they want to get something done, but maybe what Kobe Bryant wants, not exactly what Seattle potentially can afford. If you missed any of Mike Garafolo's appearance with us, it's always up there on YouTube and all your podcast platforms, Apple, Spotify, wherever you find your podcast. Always a part of the daily puck drop that we put out every single day. All right, we go back over to baseball right now. We started off the show talking about the Mariners, and is the season over? They continue to spiral on this road trip. It has been a bad road trip. They have got 3 more games here against the Braves, which starts tomorrow, which is not a favorable pitching matchup, too. Go look at the 3 starters. I know maybe Strider's been a little up and down. Sale, the kid that's going in the second game, was making, I think, his 6th start of the season, the ERA of 1. So it's going to be a tough one here for the Mariners, who just do not play well on the road. So we talk a lot about yesterday's game with Brad, and just in terms of where they're at right now. The George Kirby issue of throwing at low last night and why, and just do they have enough left in the tank to make the playoffs? Still at that 3rd wild card spot, still up on the Rangers, still up on the Royals. Here come the Rays, but now 4 back currently of the Houston Astros. We cover it all with the one and only Brad Adam of Root Sports, always brought to you by John Howie Steak and Whiskey by John Howie. Excellence in dining? Visit John Howie Steak and experience premier Northwest dining. Prime custom aged steaks, award-winning wine, unmatched level of service. You won't be disappointed. Make your next reservation today at johnhowiesteak.com. You don't have in Tampa? But John Howie
John
Steak.
Howie? I was looking all
have.
last night. I'm walking around, nothing.
They don't have a classic steakhouse with the best selection of hand-cut meats and steaks, from USDA Prime to Japanese A5 Wagyu. In fact, I'm told in Tampa they have no idea what Japanese A5 Wagyu is, all right? They have no clue.
No idea.
They've never experienced tableside service like their Caesar salad. They haven't done that. They've never experienced any of that.
No.
John Howie Steak has maintained the best of award of excellence from Wine Spectator for the past 17 years. Their team of certified sommeliers help you select a wine that will perfectly suit the flavors of your meal, your personal taste, and your price point. Also, check out John Howie Whiskey by John Howie, which features global selections of rare and well-done whiskeys with something for everyone. He's got you covered, and he's got our guy Brad Adam covered every single week.
Very excited about it.
It's a rough life for Brad. I mean, he's making me get up early in the morning.
That is true, and I appreciate
Tampa,
that.
not early for
Hey,
you.
you're up with the kids anyway.
Are we taping another edition of Fastballs and Fairways?
Yes, it's
Fairways
already in the can. Fairways and fastballs
God,
already in the can, my friend. On the air tomorrow, Friday.
Who's on this one?
We're at Glendale Country Club.
Okay.
Little hidden gem there in Bellevue. We've got the former lefty out of the pen, Charlie Furbush, who's a lot of fun. And we pair him with Logan Evans, starter who is unfortunately on the IL. But we did this before he got hurt, so he's not playing golf while he's trying to heal his elbow.
But how many messages will you get?
We'll see.
Why is
they're
he
like, "Do you want to
playing
delay it?" I'm
golf
like,
if
"No."
he's hurt?
Hurt, yeah.
And do we call him Furbush anymore, or do we say Charlie Ludka?
No, that's true. Yeah.
That's how I prefer to refer him as.
Yeah.
I mean, she's the bigger deal than
little girl. She's a bigger deal. Little girl, yeah. He's doing well though. So that was a lot of fun. So that airs tomorrow. I'm guessing around 3:00 or so.
Can I be a smart ass?
Please. That'll be a welcome change.
Can fairways and fastballs just replace the game?
And just watch it every day?
Just have that on.
Well, only on the road, right? When they're on the road,
Sure.
show fairways and fastballs. I like that.
Well,
It's
22 left, bud.
I know it, man. I know, but but you'd like to think that talent rises, right? And 22 games to go, they're better than the Guardians chasing them. They're better than the Royals chasing. They're way better than the Rangers chasing them, right?
That's all true still.
Right.
It's
better than Houston, I think. But even if they don't catch Houston, it's hard to think that those teams chasing them in the wild card could catch them and play that much better over 22 games than the Mariners with their roster. That's just what I want to believe. Now, I know they haven't played well. I know that. They need to. And it just shows you how important it is for this team to either get a higher wild card or win the West to get a home series.
Well,
right?
I'm not yet. Yes. I mean, I'm not. I don't know if they can catch Houston. I mean, certainly with 22 games left, I'm not going to say that there is zero chance that they can catch them. Of course there is. I mean, it's alarming because what I have feared all season long, and we've talked about it, was, well, what if, Yordan Alvarez comes back? Oh, well, he's back, and he just obliterated the Yankees on Wednesday night.
Yeah, I know. He's back, and they got Correa, which is big.
And it's just,
they've got that
was kind of a fear, but for Texas, I mean, have you looked at the remaining schedule?
It's brutal, right?
Oh, Jesus, I mean, they start tomorrow. They have an off day like the Mariners today. Then they start a 3-game series with Houston. Then a 3-game series with the Brewers. Then they go on the road to the Red Hot Mets, and then that continues another 3-game series at Houston. They come back home, and I guess it gets a little easier. They get the Marlins and Twins, and then they finish out with Cleveland. I mean, yeah. So their remaining schedule is brutal. You would think that they would fall off
with that roster. Come on, no Evaldi, Semien, Seager out for the year. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
No way.
But they keep doing it, so I don't know. Maybe they just next man
Maybe.
up. Rowdy Tellez and Dylan Moore. What if who was I talking to yesterday? Was it Divish? Was it Divish?
Oh, probably.
What if on the final day they're playing? Who did I say they're playing? The Guardians. Rowdy Tellez at the plate. Sam Haggerty's at second, and Dylan Moore's at first base.
Double steal.
The tying run is at second. Dylan Moore is the game-winning run. Tellez puts just a shot into the gap, and little Dylan Moore sprints all the way around from first base, slides in head first,
and clinches it,
and clinches the third wild card spot for your Texas Rangers as the Mariners fall on that Sunday to Shohei Ohtani and the LA Dodgers.
I can't even imagine that situation. Well, I that would take a while to recover from.
Oh, geez.
Right? The fans, players, front office. That would
everybody.
Gosh.
Well, the Royals, I'm just looking at the Royals' remaining schedule. So they'll wrap up their series with the Angels today. Then they got Minnesota. Then they're on the road at Cleveland, at Philly.
Okay.
But then, that's where it's all getting, and this is the obvious, where it makes or break, where the make or break for Seattle is when they go on the road against Kansas City and Houston. But they get Seattle. So they get Seattle at home, huge series, but then they get Toronto. Then they finish with the Angels and A's. So it's not that's theirs is more manageable, certainly, than the Rangers.
Yeah, and I think the Guardians are out, so let's not even count them.
Yeah.
So and the Royals are what?
2.5 back.
2.5 back. So they'd have to play 3 better over. I mean, you're right. That is doable, but it's just setting up well for good and bad, right? The Mariners, because you've got those 3 with the Royals and Astros that last road trip, but it is a road trip, and they have just
9 of your 22 games. 9 of your 22 left are on the road, where you can't.
It's weird. They're not at scoring now, because before they used to, love to get on the road and hit, like Julio does all his damage on the road. But the offense has been really inconsistent. It's like a one big inning, like we saw last night, 4 runs and then nothing else. Cleveland, 4 in the first, nothing else, and they lose. And the pitching is troublesome. It's always been, not as good on the road. I understand that, but the way they're getting hit and giving up big numbers, like they're not attacking the strike zone again. They're like afraid to throw strikes because they're getting hit. And now you're seeing results on the road. T-Mobile, you get away with stuff, right? But on the road, a different scene entirely.
Well, and you touched on it, but they're getting peppered in like the first 2 innings. I mean, every one of them. I mean, listen, on the season, what is it? Woo's got, I think, the highest ERA in the first inning. It's damn near 6. Gilbert's been okay in the first inning. Kirby's second inning has always been, this year, it's a 5.21 ERA. Castillo's an ERA of 3.21. But lately, I mean, it's, the first 2 innings on Wednesday with Kirby, 7 earned runs in the first 2 innings. 4 runs in the first inning. Castillo in his last start, 5 earned runs over the first 2 innings. The San Diego game at home, 5 earned runs in the first inning. Even Woo gave up, 2 runs in the first inning against Tampa Bay. Gilbert, you go back to that game against Philly, 6 earned runs in the second inning. It's just like it's happening where, and it goes to the bullpen too with Munoz. And I know Kirby talked about it last night because the guys, the reporters asked him, "Hey, do you think you were tipping your pitches?"
Right.
It seems like the other teams have something on this staff, whether it's video or they're seeing something, because they are going aggressive immediately against some of these guys.
Well, and I think that kind of goes back to the Suns. I guess coming up here in Atlanta, huh?
You've got some great lighting.
That's some mood lighting here. I wonder if I need to shut these.
That's right. I said you're there. Now it's dark. It's fine. You do what you want.
Oh no! See, now they're automatic, and here they go. There they go.
Now I can't see you at all.
That's not going to work, is it? Here. Where's my remote? Get these shades.
For those just listening, you're
open.
fine.
Open. There we go.
Say Siri, open.
Siri, open. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah.
They're getting ambushed early.
They are, and it goes back to them. All of them just being in the. Not wanting to walk people and throwing strikes, but maybe not the quality strikes that we've seen. Yeah. And like Castillo, obviously the book is out on all these guys. You got Woo, you got to cover basically those 2 fastballs. And if you guess right, major leaguers can hit fastballs. Sure. Sometimes it looks good for Woo, sometimes it doesn't. Castillo is throwing that 4-seamer on the top of the zone. That's kind of what he's done. He's ditched really a lot of the other pitches. He's throwing a 4-seamer a lot. So these guys are looking for it, right? And they're not missing, and they're being aggressive, knowing that they're probably going to get it the first or second pitch. Yeah. So it's just, I think it's kind of a combination of them not throwing the quality strikes that we've seen before. Guys kind of maybe feeling more comfortable, and just knowing that they're going to throw strikes. So let's just get after them early. And first couple of innings, people always say it's when to get the starters, right? They're not quite settled in. Once they get into a groove, sure. They take off. So, I mean, it's a combination of stuff. You hope they figure it out here in Atlanta. Atlanta is having a very disappointing season, injured, but they still have Chris Sale going tomorrow, the Triple Crown winner last night. They got Strider on Sunday. It's a ballpark that you can hit, and they've still have some hitters, even though they have a ton of injuries. So you'd like to be able to get a series. They haven't won a road series since before the break, Puck, in Detroit. So they just need to figure it out. And they've had the team meetings. They've talked about it. They've addressed it. They know where they are in the situation. They know about the last 2 years, finishing a game short. It's like they know what's going on. And those have been through it the last couple of years are like, hey, we got to figure out, we can't go through this again. We need to come back and figure things out. So I think that's good that they're aware and talking about it, and educating the young kids about what it takes and what this is and this time of year and all this stuff. But then you got to come out and win. That's kind of the bottom line right now.
Yeah, and here's the thing: you touched on it, and I'm gonna echo what you said. Yeah, everyone's gonna think they're gonna look at Atlanta and go, oh, it's just the Braves.
Terrible record.
All these pitchers are good, by the way. And this kid that's going in the second game, this Hurston Waldrop, I mean, he's got
some numbers.
4-0 with a 1 ERA. I mean,
Dude,
5 games. And first of all, that's one of the greatest names ever.
I was going to say,
Waldrop.
He grew up like not just a golf course, but a yacht club. Don't you think?
Well, it could be, but or
That's
the back,
my guess.
or the kind of the backwaters of Georgia or something, because he's from Cairo, Georgia.
Oh, okay.
Hurston Waldrop. I think he likes NASCAR.
Yeah.
I guarantee that.
Bass fishing.
Yeah, bass fishing, just living life. It's just having a damn
big
good
dip
time.
fishing.
Oh,
yeah, big time.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, they could get easier. They're professionals. They want to, shove it to them, and they don't want to get embarrassed and all that. Yeah, it's
Harris has been really good. Acuna is an amazing talent. Olsen. I mean, they have a lineup still, even with all their injuries. So it's not going to be easy for Gilbert and the guys over the weekend.
No. What did you make? We saw it the day before. A pitcher for Houston losing his cool in Framberville. Right?
We've seen that before.
Okay, I've never seen him do that. I've never seen him
I haven't either.
Intentionally throw at his catcher. Not exactly the same. Well, not the same thing, but George Kirby lost his cool yesterday. And I know he said, I'm pitching inside. He threw at him intentionally. He drilled him in the back intentionally. And I mean, that kind of stuff, I don't know, maybe someone's going to tell you, man, you just don't understand. That's old school baseball. Really? Because you're getting your teeth kicked in? You want to hit a guy on purpose? I mean, this guy's got, hold on. Brad, he's got to lead a command.
True.
And he drilled him in dead middle in the back. And he had even admitted afterwards. I mean, he didn't admit, but he pretty much admitted afterwards that, did on purpose. And one thing is he's going to put the rest of his team in danger.
As we saw with Canzone wore it.
Canzone gets hit. I don't know. I just thought that was Bush League personally, but
I mean, you knew he was certainly frustrated. I mean, the way the Rays were attacking him and everything, just finding holes, right? Ground ball, bloopers, this, that, and just 10 hits in 2 innings. I mean, he had enough, I guess, right? Yeah, we're just trying to pitch inside, Puck. Got away from him. Yeah, and Hauser, same thing. Just trying to pitch inside the Canzone. Got away from him.
I don't know. I mean, I think that there's. I don't know. I don't know if that's the way you police not even police the game. I just think that, you're getting rung up and you're getting hit, but
right.
So we're just gonna intentionally hit a guy, and I know. Well, he didn't throw at his head, or fine, but still, it's
still gonna hurt. 97.
Yeah, 97. 97, right in the middle of the back. Yeah,
that's no good.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say that park was not as bad as we thought. Certainly a lot better than Sacramento, the situation there.
Oh, you liked it?
I mean, for what it is, I mean, it's the exact Yankee Stadium measurements and dimensions. So, I mean, that Julio home run last night was just so Yankee Stadium, right? Just get the ball up the right field, and it just goes over that little wall. But the clubhouses and everything, you don't have to walk through center field to get to the clubhouses. You have to walk through the field to get to the batting cages. Yeah, that's so spring training. So this one's decent, but they think the Trout's going to be ready for start of next season. But if they had to play here, but the hard thing is you don't play day games because of the weather and the heat and the rain. So every game was 7:35. So we got into Atlanta last night, 2:00 or so. Luckily, an off day today. But the scheduling part of it is difficult, but it's better than Sacramento.
Hey, what's their plan? Do they know what they're and speaking of them, we just talked about the Rangers and the Rays or the Royals.
Oh yeah, the Rays. Yeah,
the Rays are 2.5 back.
Right. Yeah, I mean they've won 6 in a row, but I don't know. I mean it looks good to the fans, and 2.5. I think they're long term. I think that they're redoing the Trop. And I think that's where they're going to be. I mean, I think they were going to try to get.
I was going to ask you that. I don't care what their plan is.
Oh, sorry. Just stay in Tampa.
What's their? Come on, just focus. All right. I know you. I know you're thinking about activate the hips, get the hands, so keep the hands back, and really compress that ball on that 6 iron. Plan for Harry Ford. Do they know what it is? I mean, is he really just up here to like watch meetings
and catch bullpens? I think that we will see him play in some capacity here in Atlanta. He's from Atlanta. It's a nice story to make his debut here. Mainly brought up to, I mean, if this was like, if they weren't in it, he would be playing. But, you know, with them in the pennant, you're not going to go out and have him catch, say, George Kirby last night. You know, he's never caught any of these guys in a game. He's caught up, sure, in spring some or bullpens, but that's a little different. You know, that's a tough situation for him to be in. He's the third catcher right now, which they did not have. And so it allows Cal to catch. And when you're playing facing a lefty, like tomorrow night, in Chris Sale, maybe Garber's your DH. And so you can pinch hit him and still have a backup catcher if something happens to Cal. So it's a little more flexibility for them. I don't think the plan is for him to get a start. I don't think so. But I do think that they'll try to get him in somehow in Atlanta. And maybe it is a start, which would surprise all of us. Or it's kind of like, you know, if the game's out of hand, hopefully in the Mariners' favor, he would get an inning or two at the end. But it's just,
well,
Jesus,
it was the game was out of hand yesterday and didn't get in.
True, but I think if it was still 9-0, I think he would have. Once it got to 9-4, you know, you had a couple innings left, and I think, you know, you don't want to wave the white flag at that point. But so that's kind of what I'm thinking. But I think maybe a pinch hit or something here in Atlanta to nice story.
Okay,
but, yeah.
There he is, Brad Adam in Atlanta. I said Tampa earlier. I forgot they were already in Atlanta. That's my fault.
They all blend together. The days blend.
Do.
The golf courses blend.
Yeah, it's a rough off day for Brad today. He goes and plays golf, but he'll be thinking of us back here, and he'll be thinking of his next visit to John Howie's Steak, voted #1 restaurant in Seattle by readers of Seattle Magazine. Go check out their it's a classic steakhouse, best selection of hand-cut steaks, USDA prime to Japanese A5 Wagyu. All right, they're also known for having the best whiskey selections on the east side, more private selections and award spirits from John Howie's Wildwood Spirits Company, also Whiskey by John Howie right next door. Brad Adam every single day, brought to you by Root Sports. Okay, and apparently sponsored by Adidas.
Working on it. Thank you.
All right, Brad. Good stuff. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you next week.
Sounds good. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you to Brad Adam from Root Sports for joining us. Now we turn our attention, as we do every Thursday, to another edition of KJ-Arent with Mitch Levy, host of the Mitch Unfiltered podcast. Reminder, the full podcast airs during the live daily puck drop on Thursdays. Once the show is over, as you are watching and listening now, we just give you a sneak peek. The full podcast of KJ-Arent with Mitch Levy, available for Puck's Posse members. Sign up today at pucksports.com. On this sneak peek, we talk haboobs. Tell me about the haboob.
I think since the last time you and I were together, took my son. My son is a sophomore at the University of Arizona in Tucson.
Oh, good gravy. Good gravy. Can I visit him? I don't know him, but can I just visit him one time? You think it's okay that Uncle Puck comes down to Tucson and see how he's doing?
He's got uncles that he didn't even know about that want to come visit him in Tucson.
I bet he does.
So Dad took son back to Tucson a couple of weeks ago. I think it's since the last time you and I did a KJ-Arent chapter. I guess this is becoming a once-a-month thing for us too. But
that's going to be once every couple months.
A couple months? Okay. And I was driving back from Tucson to Phoenix, and oh my God, I didn't know what was happening. I'm from Florida and Seattle, Washington, and I don't know anything from haboobs. I never even heard the word haboob before.
I just love that it's called haboob. Like of all things.
And I'm telling you, halfway on I-10 going up north and west, on I-10, all of a sudden I see lightning, rain, wind, storm, sand, and before you know it, I'm on I-10, 3 lanes. Everybody is stopped right in the middle of the highway. Right in the middle of I'm not talking about pulling off the side of the road.
Stopped in the road.
Yeah. An hour. An hour.
An hour is the haboob is overhead.
The car was tilting, was like going with the wind. Things are flying by.
What did you think? Now, not knowing probably what it was.
I had no idea. I was
What
scared
did
out of
you
my
think? What did you think? Because here's me. I'm thinking we're under attack and the aliens are coming.
No.
So that's what I think. The aliens have finally come, and this is it.
I'm been told, because we got a place down there, and I've been told that there are a few months during the summer that's called the monsoon.
Mitch Unfiltered's doing well.
This Unfiltered's not doing well. Monsoon season. Have you heard of monsoon season? So I just assume what I'm experiencing right now is a monsoon. And you could not, when I tell you, you could not see 1 foot outside your window in any direction. You could not see anything. I was completely enveloped, is that the word, with sand and dust and rain sideways, and it was unbelievable. I didn't know what the hell was happening, and I didn't know how long it was going to last. And we sat there for just short of an hour. Everybody on the road, nobody moving, 1 hour on I-10.
Are you calling loved ones?
And saying goodbye?
Yeah. Are you doing a goodbye?
No.
I'd be doing a goodbye.
I was actually on the phone with my wife, and at the time, and I said to her, I got to get off the phone. I'm having trouble seeing right now.
Haboob is coming. She says, excuse me?
No, I had not heard the name at that point. I'd never heard of Haboob. And she said, what's going on? I said, it's lightning, it's raining, it's sideways wind, it's dust, it's sand. I can't see it. I better get off the phone right now. And I got off the phone to try to concentrate. At that point, we were going about 10 miles an hour, I kid you not, because everybody had their blinkers on, and we were just barely moving. And then it just got to a point, not 5 or 10 minutes later, that everybody just shut it down on all 3 lanes.
Have you ever been caught in a snowstorm?
I have been caught in one driving. Are you asking driving?
Yeah.
Well, I've been in many snowstorms because I went to Syracuse and we had snowstorms on a regular basis.
So you've been you have accustomed to something like this.
No, actually driving once from Green Bay's Lambeau Field back to Appleton, Wisconsin. I can't remember what year it was. I was covering a playoff game for the mighty 950 KJ-Arent, and I was by myself again, not knowing how to drive in snow, trying to drive from Lambeau Field to Appleton, Wisconsin. Now, you got to understand, before you call me a wimpy driver, I have driven in hurricanes.
Come on, you didn't drive in a hurricane.
Oh,
Why are you driving in a hurricane? What kind of fool does that?
Okay, maybe not a hurricane, but a tropical storm. Growing up in Florida, we had hurricanes every single year. Yeah, so torrential downpours where you can't see, I'm fine with for some reason.
Yeah.
But the snowstorm and the haboob, I'm telling you.
I'm out. What do you do? I'm fascinated by the hurricane. What do you do in the hurricane? You get the sirens. It happens. Everyone knows it's coming. What do you do? It's not like a tornado. There's not a bunker, right? You don't go and. What do you do?
You just hope that your house or your home or wherever you live is not affected by the hurricane. I mean, you just kind of strap down. I think people are so used to it in Florida that a lot of people just kind of shrug it off.
Well, okay, but here's what I don't understand about this. In the Midwest with the tornadoes, they all have the storm shelters underneath, like their garages and things. Why don't they have that in Florida?
No, we don't have that. Because
why?
We're tougher than them.
Tougher. I always thought people from Florida were much tougher than people in the Midwest.
Yeah. I can remember, this is actually a true story, and it's one of, I believe, I think it was Mike Holmgren who loved this story. I was on KJR one morning many years ago, and there was a hurricane in South Florida, and it was bad. And I had CNN on the TV. I don't even think we were in the place. I think we were on Elliott Avenue, but not in the place where they are now. And it was really bad. And I turned on CNN, and they had a live shot of a guy. You know, the guy that's like holding on to the pole.
Yeah, like the Weather Channel guy?
Yes. And he's in West Palm Beach, Florida, where there's 110 mile an hour winds, and he's holding on to poles and whatever. And he's standing like 7 miles from where my parents' house is.
Yeah.
So I figured I wouldn't get through because probably all the lines were out. I called my mom during the hurricane on the show. I said, let's call Seal Levy and get her on the show because they're in the middle of a hurricane right now. Why are you shaking your head? Like, what
What
did I
would
do?
you do that for?
I thought it might be entertaining to some people.
Entertaining if the hurricane at that moment hits her house and then all of a sudden she's ripped out?
She's right in the middle of the hurricane at the moment, and I call her. She answers, and I, hey, Mitchell, how are you? I said, Mom, is everybody okay? She's like, okay about what? I said, you're in the middle of a hurricane right now. Oh, you know these hurricanes.
They come and go. And then
I said to her, Mom, you're okay. She says, oh, come on. You're really calling and asking me about being, how many of these things have we been? It's fine. I said, where's Dad?
outside.
She says, outside. I said, where is he? She said, the outside fan blew off the top of the roof, off of the ceiling, and he's outside looking for it. I said, Dad, is my 70-year-old father's outside in 110 mile
with them.
They just don't care. People don't care.
Out there working on a short game, I thought, like, let me get this 9-iron, see if I can punch it into this wind, see if I get a low cut bump and run, see what happens. Is this what we talk about to avoid the collapse of the baseball team?
Yeah, we talk about this. We talk about football season. Your Cougs are really scintillating.
Hey, they won.
Boy, oh boy.
I'm going to give you the best bet of the year. I'm handing out free advice. 1-800-282-FREE.
Yes.
Does that work? No. Take the under in every game.
Really?
Every single game, take the under.
What happened to the old Cougar football program that I grew up with?
It's different.
You take the over every game.
This is ground and pound, Mitch.
Ground
Keep
and
it
pound.
close, tough defense. Going to run the ball, although could not run the ball against Idaho. Only 3 yards. This is 3 yards in a cloud of dust with 3 yards total. This is going to take the under in every game. Okay. It's going to be the easiest win of the year for you.
How about taking the over in every game of the Washington Huskies, because they're not going to stop anybody, and they got a good quarterback, a good running back, and a good wide receiver who are going to be dynamic.
I read everything and saw some highlights. I did not watch it, but the gist of it I'm getting is Williams great, Coleman great, offensive line great, defense still stinks. Right?
I don't know that I'd go offensive line great.
Okay, very good, better.
I would just say offensive line did a great job in run blocking. The kid, Williams was running for his life on every play.
Oh, he was.
Oh my God, he was Houdini back there running around. He's fun. He's like a video game quarterback. You know, like watching a video game quarterback. They are going to be very fun to watch.
It's Kyler Murray.
Yeah, he's a little bit like Kyler Murray. Murray.
He's a great quarterback. How much do you think they're paying him? What do you think he costs?
Well, I would guess
$2 million.
I don't think it's that much.
Well, Mateer's $3.
Yeah, but he's at Oklahoma.
Okay.
And he had a pedigree when he went to Oklahoma. Yeah. I think when Washington got, I guess they had to probably re-up after the Sun Bowl last year.
Of course.
Probably went asking for more money. I can't imagine they're paying him $2 million.
The best guess would be what?
Tell you. Ask Dave Mahler. He'll probably. My best guess. I would have thought, until you said $2 million, I would have guessed like $750,000 or something.
Way.
Like that.
No way. He's making $1 million at least.
Is he? Okay.
I would bet my life on that.
I don't know those things.
There he is, Mitch Levy, Mitch Unfiltered, another edition of KJ-Arent with Mitch, of course, host of the Mitch Unfiltered podcast. Our weekly show airs in its entirety during the live daily puck drop. But now once the live show is over, you must sign up to become a Pucks Posse member to listen to the full show at pucksports.com. Hey, real quick, couple of things before we sign off with Hey, What the Puck. Some great content we've had up this week at pucksports.com. And we put so much stuff out that I think that sometimes I think we put up too much stuff. And for you, the audience, like how much content can you possibly take? But we just do a lot of stuff, whether it's free or paid stuff. But I just always like to do this, on a Thursday and even on a Fridays, just promote the stuff that we've been doing all week long. Because I think we've just had some really cool stuff. I thought this week, Wednesdays are going to be fantastic throughout the baseball season as it winds down. Now football gets up because we have two great guests on Wednesdays. Inside the Bloody Trenches with Rob Staten and our MLB Insider show with Ryan Divish. And just to highlight, in case you missed anything that we had this week on the show with Rob, we talked about the future of Ken Walker, make or break year. And then with Divish, we talked about the pressure that is mounting on this team as the season winds down.
He says that these guys don't care. Like, that was a pretty frustrated clubhouse last night, going in there. And I respect the honesty in their assessment of what they're saying. Logically, if you're a player, acknowledging what is at stake doesn't make you weak or doesn't make you mental, like that you're afraid of it. I think, if anything, ignoring it would be the worst thing.
Unless he can stay healthy, impactful, lead this rushing attack. There's no good leading it for 2 weeks either. You need to lead it for most of the season. If he can do that, then he possibly will get a new contract. If he doesn't, and Zach Charbonnet is the main man, there won't be a new contract for Ken Walker unless...
And again, that was from Wednesday's shows, Inside the Bloody Trenches with Rob Staten. I can't say it without saying Inside the Bloody Trenches with Rob Staten, which is brought to you by Georgetown Brewery. And then Ryan Divish, Wednesdays, our MLB Insider, brought to you by Chalet Bowl. And by the way, we give you a sneak peek of Divish every single week. And then the full show is up for Puck's Posse members. Again, if you want to watch or listen to the full show, go to pucksports.com and sign up there. Also, on Wednesdays, I'm telling you, it's busy. It's a busy time of year. It's the Old Crimson podcast where me, Jim Moore, and Paul Sorensen yell and scream about the Cougs. And on this week's show, we offered betting advice to Paul Sorensen about this year's team. I don't know if you've ever dipped your toes into the gambling waters, but if you'd like to make some extra money this year, every game bet the under. And it's 44.5 this weekend.
What you're saying this year is bet the under because they're oversold? Is that what you're saying?
No, we're saying that they're kind of shitty offensively. And they appear to be decent defensively.
And that's exactly right. Whatever game this year for the Mariners, the Cougars, take the under. So that's just a little collage of things that we do every single week here on Puck Sports, and all of the schedules up there at pucksports.com. And again, you have free shows that we do every week, plus bonus shows there as well. And again, just a reminder, KJ-Arent, you get the full show during the live Thursday edition of the DPD, but once it's over, the full show, you've got to access it through the Puck's Posse. Same thing with Ryan Divish. And then, as I mentioned before there with Mitch, the Sports Pit, we're still doing it, still around. We're doing it monthly now. And again, it's just schedules, and everyone is busy. It's a hard commitment for everyone. It's a hard commitment, and to ask people to do it every single week. And again, if you signed up and you're like, well, that's the only reason I signed up. I don't want to watch or listen to it for once a month. Hit me up. Puck at pucksports.com. I'll take care of you. Don't worry about it. The last thing we want to do is anger anyone. We'll take care of you. No doubt about it. No worries whatsoever. Puck at pucksports.com. As we wrap up the show with Hey, What the Puck, as we do on every daily puck drop, which is brought to you by Restoration One of North Seattle. Your restoration company that lets you avoid the stress of water, fire, and mold damage with their property restoration services. Locally owned and operated. Make them your first call when these damages affect your residential or commercial property. 206-817-8917. Visit them at restoration1.com. North Seattle franchise. Back to George Kirby. I thought it was Bush League. What he did. If they're stealing signs, stop it. You make an adjustment. Call the pitching coach out. Call Mitch Garafolo out. Change it up. What you don't do, at least in my opinion, and maybe others don't share it, what you don't do is drill a guy with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball in the back because you're upset because you get your teeth kicked in. It was embarrassing what he did last night. Embarrassing, and he admitted it after the game what he was doing. He told the reporters there, I'm hitting them. And I just thought it was, I understand the frustration of the season. I understand his frustration, the whole team, all of it, the starters. But you don't. I mean, he acted like a 12-year-old throwing at a guy because he can't get them out. Do better. Get them out. Talk to Garver. I think they're taking signs. You're down, what was it, 6-0 at that point. You did it on purpose. And then in turn, you get your player hurt. Or not hurt, but get thrown out and get hit there with Canzone. So I don't know. I was an immature response there from George Kirby on the mound last night for the Mariners, and you can sense it. They're feeling it, man. They are feeling the pressure of this season, kind of getting away from them with each passing game. Much needed day off today. They're back at it tomorrow, taking on Atlanta. That's Hey What the Puck, brought to you by Restoration One. It's your restoration company that lets you avoid the stress of water, fire, and mold damage with their property restoration services. Locally owned and operated. Make them your first call when those damages affect your residential or commercial property. 206-817-8917. Visit them at restoration1.com, the North Seattle franchise. That's it for another edition of the Daily Puck Drop. Thank you so much for everyone watching and listening today. Thank you to all our sponsors. As always, Limback Lumber, John Howie Steak, Zogs on Fox Island, Hartley and Hartley Insurance, Georgetown Brewery. Check out their new Tavern Beer, and Restoration One. Find today's Daily Puck Drop up on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel when you're there. Also find the Daily Puck Drop on your favorite podcast platforms and up at pucksports.com. When you're there, sign up to become a member of the Pucks Posse. You support all the daily content, plus with your membership, you get bonus shows as well. Find everything up at pucksports.com. Well, Thursday edition in the books. Coming up tomorrow on Friday's show, and our Football Friday tailgate show brought to you by Georgetown Brewery, also Flat Stick Pub. Got a great show. Jim Morris back, Chris Egan, Todd Millis is going to come on to promote his new website, Varsity News, in covering all things high school sports. So Todd's going to come on. He's going to break down the first week of action of high school football, a huge game coming up tomorrow for O'Day and Monty Kohler as he's trying to break the all-time head coaching wins record held by Sid Otten. So we'll get Todd's take on that one. Troy wins. Puck Sports Handicapper is back to preview all the games coming up this weekend in college football and the NFL. And Bob Condotta stomps on by to pay one final visit, talking all things Seahawks before the weekdays is over, to get you caught up on what the Seahawks are going to do there against the 49ers on Sunday. So Bob Condotta of the Seattle Times, brought to you by Georgetown Brewery, coming up tomorrow as well. We got you covered on a Friday. We will talk to you at 10 a.m. As always, promise to be better.
No shoes, no ties.
Would anybody like to smoke some pot?
Yeah.
I was born to love you. I was born to lick your face. I was born to rub you. But you were born to rub me first.
What do you need my address for? We'd like to send out a mailer.
Mother of mercy, I don't speak Japanese!